Y en el estilo, ahí, cuando pareamos nosotros, mi papá siempre me pone diferentes estilos que se fajan, que boxean, que pegan, todo para cuando el rival venga y lo que traiga, nosotros estamos preparados para lo que sea. Sí, Rivera es un peleador aguerrido que viene para frente, fuerte, aguanta mucho. Nosotros hicimos 13 rounds de sparring, hemos hecho 13 rounds. Mi papá siempre me dice que hagamos un round extra para así estar nosotros motivados y conscientes que podemos hacer los 12 rounds y más.
Platico un poco más sobre tu preparación en general de esta pelea.
Mi preparación ha sido bastante fuerte. Estamos aprendiendo cosas nuevas. Mi papá me dice que yo puedo aprender más, que cada día se aprende más y que este campamento me ha estado mirando mucho mejor, que he estado aprendiendo cosas mejores, a quitarme golpes, a contragolpear mucho mejor y todo, y que me ha estado moviendo mejor mis piernas que las están más rápidas, que contragolpeo mejor y que también me quito muchos más golpes y eso es lo que queremos hacer, pegar y no ser golpeados.
Oye, Leo, nos has dicho anteriormente que encuentras mucha fuerza en ver a tu papá como pelea con la enfermedad. Ahorita lo vemos muy bien. Platícame un poco sobre, pues, en estos días, cómo,
sí, no, a mí mirar a mi papá fuerte, a gusto, eso me motiva a mí. No, cuando lo miro cansado, cuando lo miro con dolor, cosas así, eso me tumba a mí mucho, me tumba y casi no puedo hacer otra cosa más que pensar en él, de que cómo estará, lo que está sufriendo él y todo. Yo cuando voy al gimnasio siempre trato de hacer lo mejor de mí, porque yo sé que si yo entreno fuerte, si él me mira que estoy haciendo bien, que estoy aprendiendo y le hago caso a lo que él me dice, eso lo motiva a él, lo levanta y eso le da fuerza a él para seguir peleando contra la cáncer y eso, pues, ¿quién no quiere lo mejor para el papá?
You've had a change of. First, I want to say it was a beautiful thing they did on you on Fox this past Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Change of opponent. What's the mindset going into now that you have to change of opponent and moving forward? Was there any changes in camp or anything like that?
No, the truth, in camp it was still the same thing. You know, like I said, I was telling I always train the same for every opponent. You know, we spar with different opponents, sparring partners that have different styles. Fighters that come and brawl, fighters that hit, fighters that move. Because my dad says that the opponent, we could be training for one style, and then they could come and change it up and bring a different style. So my dad always tells me to be prepared for any kind of style, and that's what we always do. We train for different styles, and we're always ready for whatever they bring.
And I was in New York with Gary Russell. I'm not sure if you saw the interview.
Yeah, no.
And he said he's staying at 126 for Leo Santa Cruz.
Hey, that's good. That's why I won the fight. Like I said, I was in the amateurs. He beat me. It was a good fight. And now it's the pros. It's gonna be 12 rounds. I think I have more time now, and I think I can beat him.
And so, is that the intent? You obviously plan on fighting him sometime this year.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna push that fight, and the teams are gonna tag if they can make that fight happen. Good.
Did you get a chance to speak to Abner Mares since he had his injury, anything like that?
I haven't talked to Mares, but it hurts. I know how he's hurting a lot, and it's really sad to see fighters like that because this is our career. This is what we know what to do, and I just wish him nothing but the best. We're gonna send prayers to him so that he could have a fully recovery, and hopefully he will continue to fight.
Getting back to the Gary Russell, he said he wants to fight you at 126. Yeah. Tank Davis at 130 and Lomachenko at 135. And I just heard in the interview that you want to move up to 130.
Yes.
Who would you want to fight at 130? And is that the top of the food chain for you?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the top of I could go up to 130. Or there's Gervonta Davis, but I don't know if he's gonna be there much longer. Or there's the Mexican Berchut. He's a really strong fighter. I think So the WBC, that's what I want. So any of those fighters that right there, there's a 130, and that they give me the opportunity, I'll fight any.
Are you making 126 fairly easy?
Yeah, I'm making.
Looks like you stay in shape. Every time I see you, you're lean. You're like.
Yeah, I always stay in shape. I always try to stay in shape. My dad says that even though you're not in the gym, you still try to stay in shape so that when you go back in the gym, you're not that out of shape and you could go in shape right away. And that's what we always do. We always in the gym and we're always ready for. If they call us, hey, you're gonna fight this time, we're ready.
How's Dad doing?
My dad right now, last week he was doing a little bit, bad. He got a new chemo, so he was doing really bad. I think that's one of the best, the baddest times I have seen him. He was in really pain. He didn't even go to the gym one day. But right now, thank God he's doing better, and I think little by little he's gonna continue to do better.
How does the family adjust to having Dad? He's a little bit ill. You're at the top. You're a world-class fighter. How does that translate into the training and into the gym?
Well, you know, like it's hard. It's hard, you know, when my dad's in those things. Because sometimes I don't want to go to the gym. I want to stay with my dad and see he's doing good. But my dad says, you go to the gym, go train hard, you know, you do this. And I tell him, I talk to him, I say, okay, Dad, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to work hard. But you here, stay here and rest, try to rest and recover so you could go back to the gym with me and stuff. And my mom, she always stays with him, taking care of him. And my brother is in the gym with me, taking care of me, telling my dad how I did, how I'm doing and stuff like that. And we both motivate each other, you know. Him by, you know, fighting with cancer and working hard, and me in the gym, working hard, because I know when my dad knows that I'm working hard in the gym and he sees me doing good and listening to him, that motivates him a lot. And I see him a lot better. So, you know, the thing I want to do the most, train hard so that he could be happy.
So he's your pound-for-pound champion?
Yes, of course. He's my pound-for-pound champion. You know, he's always been since I remember, you know, the memories I have of him, you know, taking us to the gym in the bus, walking. We had to, you know, borrow money for the gas in the car and stuff. All those things that always come to my head, that all the things we sacrificed, and, you know, thanks to him.
You mentioned the word, I'm sorry, you mentioned the word sacrifice. You have beautiful cars, your house is the size of Hollywood. Talk about the sacrifices leading into, you said you had to get on the bus, you had to borrow money for gas. When you look back at those moments, what are some adjectives that you would use to describe your father?
You know, he's dedicated. You know, he always had a dream. He never gave up. You know, never giving up. Because people, when my dad said, "Oh, I'm gonna have a son that became world champion, and we're gonna have, you know, things that we dream of," and people sometimes I know they would say, "Oh, that my dad was crazy, that he was dreaming," and you know, it's just he's an example of that dreams do come true, and that if you work hard for it, if you push yourself into it, that things could happen. And you know, other people that used to say that my dad was crazy, that he was dreaming, that those things were never gonna happen, now say that, you know, things do come true, that he was always, you know, he was always positive. And because they say, if you don't dream, dreams will never come true. So they say, dream, work for it, and you're gonna accomplish it.
What's your last dream in boxing? You mentioned dream, like where would you like to, your Hall of Fame speech, you're probably right there in terms of Hall of Fame. Maybe you need one more championship, but you're basically there.
Yeah, you know, my dream is, you know, to be like, remember when I retired, remember of one of those fighters that, you know, in the history, like, you know, Julio Chavez, Ricardo, Barrera, Morales, Oscar, all of those fighters, you know, Mayweather, that they gave great fights, and that people could remember me after I retire and say, oh, I know Julio Santa Cruz is.
Now, we got some other fights coming up.
Yeah.
Have your opinion changed on Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence? Since
No, still my opinion's still the same. You know, I know they're both great fighters. They both have their advantage, but you know, I think Mikey's experience and determination that he wants, I think he's gonna put him through, and I think he's gonna get the victory.
Have you ever had a comparable opponent like Mikey Garcia? Okay, go ahead, man. Okay, let me ask this one. Because it's like a one-on-one interview amongst 40 people. I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Have you ever had an opponent where it was like an Errol Spence or Mikey Garcia comparable, where you said, everyone said he's the bigger guy, stronger guy, and you maybe felt this pressure and you had to use your experience, had to keep your distance, stay behind your jab, anything like that?
He's one fighter that he had power. He had like 30 something knockouts. You have to be smart with him. I get hit, and I think right there people thought they were gonna knock me out.
Who was that? I didn't hear it.
I think it was a Puerto Rican guy. I don't know who it was. I think it was. I don't remember his name right now, but I also think, you know, my first time. They were saying that I never faced a fighter like him, you know, that he was natural 126, I was moving up, and you know, people I think thought he was going to beat me, and I proved that I could beat him.
You're where you are today because of hard work and guidance from your father. When you look back on your career and how far you've come, what are some of the things you could have done in and out of the ring that could have made you a better person than you are?
Better? I don't know. I don't think that there would be anything that I could have done differently. You know, I think I did everything I was supposed to do. You know, I stay away from the gang, from drugs, alcohol, all those things. Club. You know, when I was growing up, us as teenagers, we want to go clubbing, we want to hang out with our friends, and we want to do other things. And me, I was always boxing. I was always in the gym, in school. And yes, with my dad, we always go together, Like, instead of me hanging out with my friends, I would hang out with my dad and my family. We always be with them. And I think that's the thing that kept me and brought me to who I am right now, staying away from, all those bad people and all those friends.
There are many fighters that have had their fathers in their corners and been with them throughout their careers. And you've seen how some of those relationships have either faltered or succeeded. What do you think is really making the two of you keep that bond together?
I think the respect, we both have the respect. I respect him, he respects me, and we always, we do get in fights and stuff like that, but then we're mad one day, but then the next day, like if nothing happens, we talk back, like if, because he says, he wants the best for me, and I know he's gonna tell me how it is. He has to tell me, because if there's somebody that don't tell you things how it is, that is not helping you. They have to tell you things straight out and correct you, scream at you, punish you and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's family, and I think we have the respect, and we always do what we have to do.
You seem to be developing into a better body person. Any chance that you'll change your weight class?
Yeah, I'm getting bigger and older, and I think I am gonna, hopefully, I want to unify the division of 126, and then I want to move up to 130 and fight for another title at 130.
Well, tell us about this gentleman, fighters. What do you know about him? Films of him, and more about his style of fighting.
Yeah, I know his style. This fighter that I'm fighting.
I think it's the biggest.
He fought, good fighters. He fought Joseph Diaz, and he fought Joey Gonzalez. They're undefeated fighters. And he went out 12 rounds with them. They went to the decision, and he gave him a tough battle. He only has 2 losses, and those 2 losses are against those undefeated fighters. So it shows that he's a fighter that's tough. He comes to fight, and he comes to leave everything in the ring. And I know this is not going to be no easy fight.
The fact that he went the distance with those 2 guys in his 2 losses, does that motivate you to try to get him out of there, or does it just kind of let you know maybe he's tougher than they expected?
Yeah, it shows that he's tougher than the people expect. And it does motivate me to be the first to knock him out. I'm gonna go out there and if I could see the knockout, I'm gonna go for it. But I'm not gonna get wild or desperate and try to knock him out. I'm just gonna try to go out there, do a great fight, and get the victory, because that's what's more important, to come out, with a big victory. But if we could see the knockout, it'll be great, because we'll be the first one to knock him out, and that will make me look good.
The undercard of your fight is a really good fight. Omar Figueroa versus Molina. I know you're probably gonna be watching backstage, but watching a fight like that, I mean, we're all assuming it's gonna be a war.
Yes.
But does that kind of, the fact that you're gonna get in the ring next, kind of like hype you up? Like, yeah, I gotta do better than that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna be worried. I'm gonna be like, oh, if they're giving a great fight, and I'm gonna want to steal the show. So there's gonna be a lot of pressure on me to try to go out there and look even better than that. And I know it's gonna be a hard task, but anything could happen. We could go out there, and my opponent is, it could make that happen, because he's a tough opponent that comes to fight and makes it a good fight. He's tough, good take punches, so I know I'm gonna be landing some good shots, getting my all, and I know he's gonna be taking it and being able to resist punish him. But it's gonna be a great fight. That's what the fans love to see. Action back and forth, and a war.
All right, good. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay, Leo's gonna work out, and he'll do a couple more interviews. So thanks.
Thanks, Leah.
Thank you.